Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Red Earth Goddess here on YouTube. This is a client reading. I will share your name as a secret little, let's call you RAMSA. RAMSA Denise. I'm going to call you that. Okay, so this is a reading for RAMSA Denise, and we are doing the reading with the Babylonian Tarot deck, as it's been a choice that this client of mine really wanted to, actually felt a very good connection to. So on that note, if you're interested in having a reading, a personalized reading with me, please visit, actually start off by sending me an email at redearthgoddess@gmail.com. And again, I'm still working on my website, redearthgoddesstemple.com. You can purchase a reading by clicking on Temple Services. All readings are the same price. All services are the same price, okay? I disregard anybody that tries to hit on me. For there are severe consequences for people such as that. I'm not interested in you. If that's the case, you know, there's a long list of people who are interested in me and I ignore them. I ignore all of them. I'm not interested, okay? But if you're interested in a reading, however, that's a different story. So just send me an email or contact me. I also have a PayPal account, paypal.me/redearthgoddess, okay? So this reading is about a love triangle, about two people that this person is, one of them is a person that not really a husband, but somebody that this lovely RAMSA had a child with a long time ago and is now deciding to move away from. And there is a younger person involved that she'd be very interested in. So she would like to know what the situation is between these two. Okay. You got the number 13 death card, Erish Gagal. So with this card, I feel as though if this is not you that is going through changes and a death of an old self, which of course you are in it because you're trying to leave a situation that involves the father of your child and to go for a younger man. Okay, now I do see a lot. However, it's up to me how to bring it forth, because I believe, and as a paying client, which you are, I always mention my style is very truthful. I'm gonna tell you what I see, but it's up to me on how I deliver the truth. Okay, I'm not rude, I'm not disrespectful, but if I see something, I believe I'm entitled to tell what I see. And I feel as though you're making a very big mistake. Okay? Why I'm saying you're making a very big mistake is this younger guy, the reason as to why you are attracted to the situation is because he brings forth a youthful appearance that reminds you of your child, your teenage life, your early adult life. Okay? He's rekindling that. Which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that whole scenario or you feeling youthful. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? However, you have a child, you have a son involved. Okay? And when you have a son involved, you're kind of robbing his... I'm going to show you, okay? Five of Hours, defeat. So you see, you're going through these changes, but do know that as a mother, you're a role model for your son, and so is the father of his father, and so is this younger guy that's getting involved. Okay, I'm all about liberation. I'm all about female rights. I'm all about that. But at the same time, your son needs somebody to look forward to, look up to, okay? He needs a masculine person that he's gonna really be like, okay? And this is the Prince of Discs, Sumukan. I'm just gonna stay silent for a bit and see, pick up any other information, okay? Just the whole situation is this triad of addictions, selfishness. I don't even see that you actually thoroughly care about this young guy. I feel like the father of your son forced a pregnancy upon you. And why I say forced is because you guys had a wild night. He left you pregnant. You found out after, and you're stuck with him as the father of your son. So with that being the case, you chose to keep him. You chose to keep your son, and because you chose to keep your son, you're going back and forth of trying to go back to your early life. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're in your late 40s. You don't have to feel youthful. You don't have to feel important. You don't have to make yourself feeling young or powerful by going with younger men. 3 of Discs, work. This means you need to work on yourself, not controlling younger men, not controlling your son, not controlling the father of the son. That is not of your doing. You cannot control anybody except yourself. Do you see the spider? The spider, this is not the Black Widow spider, but if you know anything about the spider spins its own web and creates its own life. Okay, so what life are you creating for yourself? The Black Widow spider mates, and then after she mates with her husband, she kills him. Okay? It's not the Black Widow spider, but do pay attention to these things. You need to be aware of the consequences that involve these things, okay? You have to be aware of it. So the 9 of Discs came, and it says gain, but it's reversed. So this is the 9 of Discs, and it says gain, but it's been reversed. So I don't know about you, but these cards are all telling me that this is a very big no-no. I feel as though the direction that you're taking, I'm not saying, you know, we're put in these scenarios and situations. I have a very dark past myself, okay? But me trying to control people out of the fear of working on myself, or me trying to rob other people's vitality in life, especially somebody younger than myself, just because I'm not working on myself, or I'm not taking... Look, if you're in control, if you are totally in control, you will realize and you will take responsibility of controlling your own emotions, controlling your own self, not somebody else. It just doesn't work that way. It just, you know what I mean? Now, you didn't ask me what you should do, you know, you just told me that you're in this love triangle situation. You feel like you can't get out of the situation with the father of your son. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, he's the father of your son. Right? Yeah. Princess of Wands, Sarpanitu. And if you can see, she's pregnant. Okay. You have a very dominating force, a very dominating energy about you. And it's as if you've felt that you've had to be kind of like a masculine, you've played the role as a masculine father to your son, rather than the father of your son. We got the 6 of arrows. And if you can see here, there's a young guy on a bed, and there's an arrow stuck right in his heart. You see that? Can you please just be aware of what is happening around you? I'm not going to blame you. I'm not going to blame the people around you, because I'm here to give you a different perception of what is happening. I'm looking at things on your son's position, the father of your son, and this young boy that you're getting, this younger guy that you're getting involved with. Okay, which I'm seeing he's in the age of 21 to 20, 26, 25, 27, 28 max. And again, I feel like you're kind of using him. Okay, so I'm sorry, like, I'm not disrespecting you, but I do see, okay? I see that you're using him to feel youthful about yourself and to feel important, because you feel that your youth has been robbed. Now, you're not somebody that would have even been married ever had you not gotten pregnant. You're somebody that would have probably either played the field or just worked all your life and, you know, lived that life, a bachelorette's life. You got the 4 of Cups here, and this is a mixed blessing card. You're at a crossroads. You're at a crossroads. Okay, so I see the problem. Now, if you're willing to make a solution, if you're willing to look at this problem in all areas, all angles, other than your own, other than feeling the emotions of what position, what situation this has put you in and your child, and you need to find your sense of security. This is the 4 of Discs. You need to find your sense of self-security. You need to work on yourself. You need this for yourself. Because if you continue to look at this younger guy, whether it's, because I'm seeing a lot of, like, internet cyber sex. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing one night stands coming back and forth. I see you hiding it from the father of your son. Mind you, the reasons, like 90% of the reason as to why this younger guy is even doing this with you is because he's young. He's fertile himself. He's young. But do know, if someone, this is gonna hurt, I'm sorry, but if someone does come along that he finds more of his appeal, he's going to leave you immediately for her. I'm sorry, but if I see it, I must say it. And that is why this 9 of Discs that was reversed came up. Do you remember how it said gain, but it's reversed? So this is kind of a warning that if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to have your son in your life anymore. You're not going to have the father of your son in your life anymore. And you're definitely not going to have this younger guy anymore. They're all going to leave. And you're going to be left in a situation where you cannot control them, nor have you mastered your own emotions or taken care of yourself and controlled your own feelings of what happened when you were younger. Okay? And I know you trust my insights because you yourself told me that you're coming to me for this reading because you saw how in the past what I've been through. Whether it's my family, whether what was ripped away from me when I was a child, and for somebody to overcome that, you're coming to me, right? And that's a great thing. Thank you so much. But like I said, I'm not going to disrespect you and tell you what you want to hear. The way I see it is, if you're paying me to tell you what you want to hear, then I'm not a good reader. I'm not a shaman then. I have to tell you what it is, what I see. So the Fool Enkidu came up, and this is asking you to start a new beginning, okay? The Fool is all about starting a fresh new beginning of something that you've never done before. Start something new. You need to start your new sense of security. Perhaps move away, okay? Move to a new beginning. Move to a new place. Move to a fresh new start. I see codependencies here. Too much of it. Too much. Okay, we need to find a solution. The Hierophant, Nabu. I said we need to find a solution. Okay, the Hierophant usually symbolizes, in the traditional tarot, I've just started playing around with this deck, and I know every tarot deck is made different, and it does come with a booklet, but I haven't looked at I haven't even opened the booklet. So I know every card deck comes with its own ways and its own because they shift things a lot because it's not the traditional one. But I haven't even opened it. I haven't looked into it. And it could symbolize something different than the traditional Hierophant. But going to the traditional Hierophant symbolizes something illegal. So, like going to a legal priest, a legal religious institution, sticking to things that involve traditional rites. I'm picking up that you're either A, thinking about or have gotten advice about with a lawyer or even a religious priest to get insight or information on what you should do, because I see in the past that you felt very lost. You didn't know what to do in the situation, that you really needed advice by a religious counselor. Yeah, this whole situation, girlfriend, I'm sorry, but it just doesn't look right to me. We got the Moon card, Sin, okay? Sin is a god in the Sumerian pantheon, okay? He's associated with the moon. He's a moon god. Which we got right after the Hierophant. So, I feel like you need to do a lot of shadow work. You haven't worked on yourself. This is all I'm just seeing. You need to work on who you are. You need to find out who you are. You need some interests. You need some hobbies, okay? I don't see you lacking financial stability because I see you taking money from the father of your son. I do see you working part-time, like an online internet business that brings in money here and there. But you're not lacking in the financial department. You're kind of using people. Actually, you're not kind of. You're really using this younger guy for attention, for emotions, for even money. The father of your son has no idea about it. But this other card that came up is the Five of Wands, and it's conflict. So this whole situation is just... it's really eerie to me. It's all the cards are saying this is not right. You know, and I'm not one to say what's right, what's wrong, but when I say it's not right, as in this is not healthy, this is not, if this continues, you're going to be miserable in the next 5 years. You're going to be even in a position that's just going to really not. This is one of the readings where the Magician, EA, came up. Enki. This is the time where you seriously need to work on yourself. Okay, I've said that enough, okay? I'm going to pull out more cards on what the solution is for you, the best solution, okay? Oh gosh, I'm so, just don't get mad at me, okay? Because these 4 cards came out. Okay, 9 of Arrows, cruelty. 8 of Discs, skill, reversed. 6 of Arrows, which I thought I pulled out here. It must have gone back in the deck, but it came out again. Princess of Arrows, Ninlil. This cruelty that you're doing to yourself and to the people around you, it needs to come to a stop, because that is not your skill. You're ripping away your own skills. You're pushing away your own abilities and your own skills of who you truly are deep down inside. Your ability to be a powerful woman has nothing to do with manipulating and controlling the people in your life. That is not true strength. That is not true power. And for the people in the public, this is a good way for you to understand what I have to offer, because with all due respect here, nobody has the right to control somebody else in a means of trying to destroy them, okay? Don't get me wrong, I believe in justice, I believe in balance. But when you are going out of your way to hurt people, including yourself, because in this situation, I'm seeing you're hurting yourself more than you're hurting these people, okay? Because in the long run, it comes back to you, and it's just robbing your youth even more. You're in your late 40s. You can still be in your 20s, honey. You can still be young. But if you continue this, then you're going to be in your 60s and 70s, and you're just going to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. And as the Princess with Arrows, you have the power to change any direction you want. You got that arrow in your hand. You can shoot that arrow in the direction of which you want. Please don't shoot it at him. Because if you see, there's one arrow in his heart, in his chest. There's one arrow in your hand, but there's all these arrows up in the sky. And remember, when these are up in the sky, it can come back to haunt you. It can come back to get you. So the solution, work on yourself. I'm seeing a lot of like dark gray smoke around. You need to clear that stuff away from you. Get yourself some sage and sweetgrass. Clear your energy in the home. When your son is in school, clear his room. I do see your son making friends with the wrong people because he's very, very depressed and he's very sad with what's going on. He's very sensitive. He can feel what's happening. There's fights going on between the father of your son. And your way of getting out of this and feeling dominant and strong all over again is by playing around with a younger guy. Cherub of Cups, Eagle-Headed Spirit in reverse. This was reversed. There's a lot of reversals taking place, eh? It was reversed. Eagles usually symbolize victory, okay? But because it's reversed, this just means, I'm not saying you're not going to win. You're not going to, when I mean win is feel strong, feel empowered. You can and you will once you work on yourself. You need to take responsibility. You need to realize what people's lives are involved here. It's not just you. Once you're a mother, Once you're a father, it's not you anymore. Okay? Temperance, the tree of life. There needs to be a balance. There needs to be a balance right now, okay? Judgment. Etana and the eagle. Yeah. There needs to be a balance. There's going to be a balance. Look at the artwork. Okay. We got the Six of Wands, victory, and the Five of Discs, trouble. Okay? Why did these cards come out? Well, since there is judgment taking place of a balance, judgment is a form of balance, like the balance scales. You either have a choice between this, okay? You have a choice. This is the present. And since you have the arrow, you have the power to change your life. Are you going to choose trouble, or are you going to choose victory? What are you choosing? If you choose the Five of Discs, trouble, that's going to eventually start happening into your life where you're going to feel reversed. You're going to feel like that animal right there, that bull. That's your son will eventually come for you. That is not in a very pleasant. But if you choose to take care of yourself and be in a very responsible manner, then you'll gain victory. Okay? And I mean, every family, every person has inner demons. Every family has those moments, you know? Every. Okay. I'm going to pick out one more card that you need to work on. So you need the Six of Cups. You need to work on, instead of trying to find a one-night stand and trying to go for the younger guy, what you need to do is make yourself feel lovable. Is make yourself feel important. Go and have a girls' night. Go and buy yourself some clothes. Go have a spa day. You don't have to feel important. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's not necessary. It's never ending. So the Six of Cups, you need to work on, instead of trying to find a one-night stand and trying to go for the younger guy, what you need to do is make yourself feel lovable. Is make yourself feel important. Go and have a girls' night. Go and buy yourself some clothes. Go have a spa day. You don't have to feel important. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's not necessary. It's never ending. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to use the cards because I mean, I've pulled out enough cards. I feel as though this situation calls for you to really take action towards the responsibilities that you need to take at this time, okay? This is not serving anybody anymore. You had your fun. And the fact that you're coming to me and getting this reading is a good thing, because you're realizing that this is just a cycle of a never-ending story. Okay? And when this becomes a cycle of a never-ending story, what happens is usually it just starts to hurt even more. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt everybody around you. And you have a son. Okay? You have a son. The moment you have a son, the moment you have a child, you have to realize your life is not just about you anymore. And you may be like, oh my gosh, Red Earth Goddess, I kind of know that, you know, and that's why I feel like I need to go for that younger guy and stuff. Okay, you had your fun with him. But based on the type of guy that he is, because I do see different parties right now, I'm seeing his mind frame, his mindset, what type of, how he views the situation in you. He does not want a relationship from you. This younger guy. He does not see you as something serious. Okay? He sees you as you need to find yourself. And like I said, if he sees something come along that's more suited for him, he will never speak to you again. And I mean this from the most caring, devoted, loving way I can say this. But I'm not going to lie. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you. He would not stick around. Okay? Now, for whatever reason that you haven't been serious with the father of your son, I do see him as a responsible father. He's a good father. He may not be the greatest husband per se, even though he's not your husband. But the reason as to why I do see that he did propose to you. It could have been like 10 years ago. But you neglected it. And part of the reasons as I see why you neglected it, it was because you didn't want to be living with him. You didn't want a relationship with him. You didn't want to cook for him and clean for him. I do see him as a dominant person by that he likes to say, you know what, you're a wife, stay home. He doesn't expect you to work, but he expects you to clean and cook for your son. You know, but I do see him a good father. And I don't ever see him leaving you or your son. He'll always be there. Okay? And because, in a sense, he will always be there for you, you'll always have something to fall back on in terms of that security of money and having someone for your son as well as for you in that sense. Okay? It might not be sexual. It may not be emotional in that sense, but he'll always be there for you and your son. He's not somebody that would leave you out in the cold. He wouldn't throw you out. That's not who he is. But this is a time of your life where you need to come to that realization and that conclusion that at the end of the day, you have only yourself to live with. If you're not proud of where you have been and who you are as a person, I highly suggest that you seek counseling if this is something that's really, really getting to you. If you're not someone that likes counseling, like one-on-one type of counseling, then really, like I said, I really suggest you find out more of your interests, because when I saw that skill reversed, that card that came up, that was skill reversed, I just see you hiding and hiding and hiding away from who you are and what you want to do with your life. You need to get out of this, honey. You need to find out what your hobbies are, what your interests are, and you need to get out of this pull and tug of trying to dominate younger men to make yourself feel more important. Okay, because you are important. You are beautiful. You are lovable. You are strong and powerful. But when you take that responsibility of wanting to love yourself for who you are rather than your appearance, rather than what was taken away from you, then you become that beautiful, sunny, loving star that shines regardless of how others give you attention or not, okay? So I'm going to ask that you make yourself a list. Make yourself a list, and in this list, write down what you like. What is it that you like to do? Are you into television series? And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because I actually see that you're into these stuff. Are you into cooking channels? Are you into cooking? Are you into jewelry making? Because I do see you have like an online business where you sell like jewelry and stuff like that. And if you are, concentrate on it. You know, take up hobbies, take up interests, and take that passion that you feel with people and put it in a position like that, put it in a situation like that that involves incoming gains of making yourself feel important, okay? Go to Michael's. There's a shop called Michael's. Go to Michael's. Go to the dollar store. Go to art store supplies. Immerse yourself. Get yourself a pet. Get yourself a little puppy or a cat or a bird, you know? There's so many things you can do for yourself, okay? Go have a spa day. Go out with the girls. Go have dinner. Go have a wine once a week. Saturdays, whenever, when your son's out with his friends, when nobody's around, invite your girls over. Go out and have a good time. Why do women must feel, and even men too, why must you feel important by sleeping with other people? That sexual moment that you feel for 20 minutes, for 2 hours, for 4 hours, I don't care how long your moment is when you have that. I'm not saying it's wrong, guys. There's nothing wrong with having sexual pleasure. But when it's coming from a lack of self-love and you just want attention and it becomes this disruption of destroying yourself and in the people around you and being disrespected, I'm not in for that, okay? That's not me, and it's not what I'm about. So I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Please feel free to let me know how it went. redearthgoddess@gmail.com. I mean, I'm sharing my old website. redearthgoddess@gmail. Yeah, sorry. I'm like feeling so much. I'm sorry. redearthgoddess@gmail.com. Yeah, that's correct. Send me an email. Let me know how it went, how this went. You can watch this as many times as you want. If you didn't really like it, what I had to tell you, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to tell you to keep going in this deja vu of rendezvous of hurting yourself, okay? So thanks for watching, and like I said, for other people that are interested, because I'm getting emails and people are asking where my old website went, where my old services went. Like I said, it's $25, okay? And you can send it to redearthgoddess@gmail.com if you have PayPal. And if you're going to do it with credit cards, go at redearthgoddesstemple.com, click on Temple Services. Okay, guys? Bye now.